Hello everybody, this is just a clip from MinMax's full interview with Christopher Sundberg, who is the co-founder of Avalanche Studios and who just started a new studio called Liquid Swords. If you enjoy this clip, you can always subscribe to MinMax's channel for more stuff like it. We're a Patreon about games, friends, and getting better. Any help supporting independent games media is appreciated. Any help sharing this is appreciated. Here's the good stuff. Well, you must have had some experience because you all were working on the Iron Man game with Marvel and Disney, right?
I can't talk so much about that, but it was in development for a couple of years, 2 years, and then it got cancelled.
So it was the Stockholm studio that was working on Iron Man then, around that era.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What happened? It seems like a dream come true to have the Just Cause team working on an Iron Man game. What brought it down in the end, do you think?
Company politics.
Just Disney stuff?
Yes. I was a mess by the end. It was like a shortening development time, increasing budget. We would have to hire 70, 80 people to the team that I would have had the responsibility to find a new project for. But the development time was shortened down so much, so it was impossible to. It would have broken the studio completely if we had agreed to that.
That's interesting. Not many people and heads of studio complain about we had too much money on the table. They're trying to flood us full of staff, but that's an interesting hang-up.
Yes, but at the end of a project, when the team is scaling down, that's when you have to find a new project, and with the 1 year of development time cut from the original plan. That means that I had 1 year less to find a new project for a big development team, which would have been impossible. And hiring all those developers would have been completely would have been a nightmare. So it was for the best.
So that kind of led to just kind of a friction with talking to Disney then about like, we don't want to do that, but they really wanted it. And then the project kind of fell apart because of that?
It wasn't much of a friction. I still hang out with some of the guys that used to work there and so on. So, but it was just a very messy project that could have been really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, were they trying to rush it to time up with the release of Iron Man 3? Would that timeline make sense?
I can't remember.
Okay. But it wasn't like an Iron Man 3 themed game or anything?
Not as I remember, no. I can't.
Sure.
It was such a long time. It was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that must have been exciting though. Were you feeling good about the project up until that point?
Yeah. No, it was good. I think it's one of those games that developers who worked with us back then refer to, and so it was a good experience from a development standpoint, but business-wise, it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I'd imagine it pushed the tech in a big way, like having an open world like from the Just Cause series, but then being able to fly around as fast as Iron Man can. I'd imagine the tech team was like, oh my God, trying to scale everything up.
I think, yeah, we had a flying character in the game, but a lot of focus was on the melee fighting, like that, being able to just punch other characters through walls and like Iron Man does, and with the repulsor and everything.
Okay. Oh, interesting. So it's focused on the melee, kind of taking, okay, how can Iron Man kind of be adapted into kind of that Arkham Asylum style combat experience?
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
But then being able to take off and just fly anywhere.
That sounds cool, man. Yeah, was there a part of that project that you were especially passionate about, that you're bummed that never saw the light of the day?
More the project in general that didn't happen. With so many great people involved on both sides in that game, so it would have been great, I'm sure.
I think it was just kind of a weird time for Disney in games, because it was before they were kind of, I'm trying to remember, because like oh boy, I guess it would have been when Disney took over, then they stopped partnering with people like Sega for the Marvel games, but they weren't fully in this new era that they're in, where they seem much more comfortable dishing out licenses and working with other studios. But it's kind of just a middle ground of they're just starting to work with external developers, or were you going through another publisher outside of Disney?
No, it would have been published by Disney.
Okay, gotcha.
I remember, at least.
Was that a heartbreaking one to tell the team that that project wasn't happening?
Yeah, it was a tough one. We didn't have to lay off anyone because we had other teams that were growing. So in that sense, it wasn't as painful as it was in 2008, but it was painful because so much time and energy had been spent on it, and it looked absolutely amazing. So that was the toughest part, feeling that a year and a half, 2 years of work, really hard work, and really fun work too, that really showed off in the build. Just like went down the toilet.
God, hopefully somebody has it still. I mean, it still seems like a match made in heaven. Like, you still think that maybe Disney would reach out to a studio like Avalanche or go through Nordisk Films at this point and try and line that up, right?
Hopefully.
Okay. You'd like to see it?
I would like to see it made by that team as well.
Videos like this are possible because MinnMax is a completely independent outlet for games supported solely by the community. The only reason we don't have to create condescending clickbait is because folks like you click on the subscribe button or check out the benefits over on patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. We think that we're the most efficient gaming outlet out there, so please take a look at what we've done and imagine what more we can do with your support.